All right, man. Good evening, everybody. It's Oracle back here once again. I actually just got home about a couple minutes ago from work. I came across something here, and it actually posted on comic book movies. This is kind of wild, but actually would be really cool to see. Chuck Norris wants to do a Sidekicks sequel. Remember the Sidekicks movie that came out in 1992 with Chuck Norris, of course, and Jonathan Brandis? You had Julie Nicholson-Soul, Danica McKellar, Mako, Bew Bridges. Very very fun movie. You can actually watch it. I think you can still watch it for free on YouTube. It's one of those hidden gems. Uh, Chuck Norris is ready to do a sequel to his 1992 action adventure comedy drama Sidekicks. Norris was recently at Nashville Comic Con, and during the panel, comicbookmovies.com's Chris Killian had to ask a thought-provoking question about Norris's career. What do you feel is your most underappreciated film? For me, it has to be Sidekicks, which was such a fun film and an ingenious concept, and felt in a lot of ways like a movie that was before its time, which was very unique because you didn't see movies like this before at all, really too often, or if ever, until this came out. Norris seemed to appreciate the shout out to Sidekicks, revealing that he would actually be game for a sequel. That would be pretty cool. I mean, as old as he is, I just could imagine what Jonathan Brandis would be thinking if he was still alive about this concept here. I agree. Sidekicks is one of my films that holds a special place in my heart, and if I were ever offered a sequel, I would absolutely take up that offer. It's a film that inspires hope and courage, especially to the youth, which is great because Jonathan Brandis' character Barry is basically bullied in the film. He's got asthma, and his idol is Chuck Norris. In case you guys haven't known, or anybody has not seen it, definitely try to get it. And it was also released on special edition 4K. I forgot what the company's name was. All right, synopsis. Synopsis. Sidekicks, hold on. The synopsis of the movie is Barry, Jonathan Brandis' character, is an asthmatic kid having trouble in life. He lives with his father, Bew Bridges, a computer programmer in Texas. Barry is struggling to get by in life, dealing with his rough school life, bullies, as well as his health. Barry's only source of enjoyment is fantasizing that he is with Chuck Norris. Barry becomes sick of getting picked on by the bigger guys and decides to learn karate in hopes of one day meeting the great Chuck Norris. I mean, it's a fun movie. I mean, it's kind of cheesy, but it's very, very fun. Sidekicks debuted at number 2 at the box office, which I didn't know until now. When it was released in the spring of 1992, it only made $17.18 million during its theatrical run, and was also hit hard by critical reviews. Even legendary critic Roger Ebert couldn't give the film too much praise, and he was one of the nicer reviews. I mean, he was kind of hard. I loved his Friday the 13th reviews, but for this, let's see what Roger Ebert had said. And they quoted too. Sidekicks is sweet but predictable. The kind of movie where you enjoy the ride but recognize the terrain. Remember the old comic book ads where the bullied kicked sand into the eyes of the 9-pound weakling, but then after the weakling got himself into shape, he came back to beat the bad guy and win the admiring praise of the girls. Sidekicks tells the same thoroughful story, and it works about as well as it ever did. Girls, there was only one girl that was in the film that Barry really liked, and that was Danica McKellar's character. Would a psychic sequel work? let's go ahead and look at it's arguable whether or not Sidekicks has gained any more fame or acclaim in the years since its release, and the lack of exposure might be fair. Sidekicks was something of a vanity project for Norris. The film was conceived, produced, and financed by Norris and his friend, Houston, Texas furniture store owner Jim Mattress McGivlin. I know I messed that last name up. As a further measure of Chuck Norris's Kick Drugs Out of Schools campaign, the film was directed by his brother Aaron, and required the martial arts star to play himself. While the premises of Sidekicks is one that could be easily remade with a modern martial arts action star, the legacy of Norris, as well as the death of his young co-star Jonathan Gregory Brandis, would definitely hang in the air. You can always remake these things, but like I said, there's nothing that's going to be able to beat the original. My thing here with that movie came out in the spring of '92. I was 8, 9, 10 years old when the movie came out, I believe. And I remember, renting it from the video store. I mean, we would rent, family would go to the video store, we would rent like kids' movies and stuff like that. Kid in King Arthur's Court, stuff like that. Big Green and all that other stuff. But this was before the Big Green. But yeah, this was definitely a film that I enjoyed. To see a sequel done with Chuck Norris now, Chuck Norris as old as Chuck Norris is, I would be really interested. I'd be up for it. To see something like this done. Of course, I would love can imagine if Jonathan Brandis would have been still here on Earth, he didn't pass, what he would actually think of that idea as well. Of course, I don't know if it would revolve around his character Barry, but it would definitely be really interesting to see, just to see Chuck Norris, do the martial arts and stuff like that. We should have gotten one right after the first one because of the way it ended with the kid in the wheelchair picking up the magazine. I would have loved to seen a sequel earlier, like maybe in the early 2000s, maybe 2000. That would have been awesome. But the thought of doing one now, some people would think, why would you wait so long to do a sequel to the original film and wait this long? Who knows? But I definitely would be up for it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Chuck Norris still has it in him? To do some of the fight choreography and fight scenes. His fight scenes were kind of really, really cool in the film. Really, really fun. I love the fight scene between him and Kelly Stone at the tournament. That was hilarious. But definitely, man. It was a shocker finding that out. If it happens, it happens, man. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But just the thought of it, a sequel to Sidekicks, starring Chuck Norris. What type of story would they tell? It'd be really, really fun. That's all I can say. But other than that, guys, that is it for the video for tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed it because it makes me want to watch Sidekicks now. So take care.